Trading days, it's November 18th, 2015. This week is the 12th week of the primary cycle, and that makes next week the 13th week. That's really the time period that I want to discuss at the moment. The chart we're looking at is a daily chart of the S&P 500. And I want to look at some aspects that are coming up on Friday and Monday. And we can look back here in the history and see some previous instances. What we're going to be talking about is the Uranus-Pluto square that we've really written about since 2012. It is not exact, but it's back to being very close together, almost square again. And what this is for people who haven't looked at it, there's a search utility on the blog, I should mention, that you could go and search Uranus squared Pluto, and you'll find all the previous write-ups we've done on this important aspect. But what Uranus squared Pluto is all about is uprisings, possibly mobs, protest movements, problems with debt, social unrest, problems with banks and large governments, and tax revolts, other things. Now on this chart, look at the right hand side. There's a green square and a blue square. We haven't come to them yet, and what they are, the green square first, that is Venus squaring Pluto. So Pluto again is in that Uranus Pluto square. Now Venus is going to square it. Venus, one of the things Venus is money, one thing it stands for. And the blue square, that's Venus 180 degrees, or really in opposition to Uranus. So within 2 days here, Venus is going to hit both Pluto by square and Uranus by opposing it. And actually, I should say Venus squared Pluto. That's going to actually happen on Friday night. I don't get down to the minute or the hour of the day. This is there's a little more flux in the universe than looking at it that closely. We'll be lucky if we get things in a few days. So let's look at some previous instances of this, and so this Venus squared Pluto is going to be Friday night, so it's certainly going to be felt during the day on Friday. And I should say as well, Friday the 20th of November is an option expiry date, and that often leads to some wild activity by itself. On Monday, Venus is then going to move past Pluto, and it's going to be opposing Uranus. So let's look at the chart. We'll go back, and you'll see where I've got the arrow. This is around October 2000. Well, this is the October 2014 low, and you'll see that it was already coming down and then kind of sped up. So these were very close, within a couple of days of each other. Really, in trading days, these are going to be just 2 days in a row, 2 trading days. The previous one to that was back in August 2013. Here we are down in the left-hand corner. And notice what it did. It was coming down, it looped up on those days, and then carried on down and finished a low. Now, I've looked back here previously, and that pattern shows up quite a bit. So don't be surprised if we see that type of pattern. But I'm definitely looking for a pullback. and it could be Friday, November 20th, but I really think it's probably going to be closer to the 23rd, 24th of November, the Monday, Tuesday. It could be later in the week, but I'm kind of looking at those dates right now. Let's just move back a little further in time here, and let's move the chart. And that's the last one we looked at. So here's a previous one back in November 2012. There's that little loop back again. This was right at the top and kind of accelerated and moved down. Hard to see this. Let's get rid of this fib grid here. And we'll see again we kind of looped and came back up to the top and then moved down fairly dramatically. So this is the type of thing I'm expecting right now, because we're at a high, and we're not at a high, but we have been moving up. I'm expecting this to pull it down. So that's all I wanted to say on this one, and there's other aspects going on, but this is the main reason I'm looking for a pullback in the S&P 500 next week, and it could go into the following week as well. Thanks for listening.